quick synopsis. So when I was, okay, so I grew up in New York City. I went to Catholic school. I was in a Catholic girls' school, all of that stuff. I grew up in Harlem, rent controlled apartment. So I'm a city girl, New York City. Didn't realize it was New York City till I was like 15. Because then I was like, oh, this bus goes downtown. I had no idea that I was in a big city. So this girl moved to New York from Albania. When I was in 8th grade, I befriended her, Bethany, we'll call her. And she was super cool.
Albanian.
Bethany, yep. Okay. And I want to be clear that I don't assume that all Albanian people were teenage sex, which, that was very specific to her. Yeah. I want to be clear about that. And that's like a little joke I have in the show. I'm like, please don't be offended if I want you here. I do not, because one time I did the show and a lovely Albanian couple came up to me after and they were like, we're so sorry. On behalf of
all of us.
Literally, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I hope you enjoyed the show. Anyway,
they're like sort of ceremonially folding a flag up for you. They're like, I'm sorry.
They literally were so apologetic. It was very sweet. So she moved from Albania to New York City. We became friends, very fast friends. We were friends for like 6 months and we were just had when you meet a friend and you're like 13 and you just have like a rapport and you're like, I'm obsessed with you. You're my best friend.
When you're gay and 13? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yes. So, right. I was like, I'm obsessed with you. You're like so hot. She was sexually experienced. I had done absolutely nothing. I was very innocent. I was,
wait, she was 13 too?
She was 14, so like
okay.
cougar,
sure.
kind of,
cougar, a little bit, yes.
A little bit of a, like crazy kooky cougar.
MILF energy at 14.
MILF energy, yes. So I was like, I'm obsessed with you, and we became just like very close. She was my first kiss. She taught me how to kiss, all of this stuff, whatever. Eventually, she confessed this thing. I'm on Halloween night.
Of course.
Because, by the way, the way that I've reconstructed this story is through my teenage journals, which I kept. So I was such a writer, I was like, I have like books and books and books and books chronicling this whole thing. So I'm gonna get through this really short synopsis as it's turned out to be. You're like 30 minutes later.
No, honestly, actually, now I'm like, actually tell the whole story for 2 hours, please.
Yeah. So basically, I reconstructed this whole tale from these journals because I forgot a lot of it and I didn't revisit for years because I was like so freaked out by the whole thing. But we became friends 6 months into our relationship. She was like, by the way, I'm a witch. I was like, duh. Oh my God. Like, that's amazing. And she goes, by the way, this is like top secret, but so are you. I was like, oh, I knew it. Like, I fucking
I've
knew
always
it. Like,
known I was a
so
witch.
classic.
Yeah.
And I was a very, innocent girl. I was a performer. I was in theater. I was like, I was very imaginative. So, and I also grew up Catholic. So I was like, there's no way that, Jesus is real. And like, she's definitely a witch. If Jesus is real, she's a witch. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that she's lying. It just couldn't be.
Yeah.
So basically, she told me, she's like, look, I am able to bilocate, and that's like my thing. And
wait, sorry. Like, can you clarify what that means?
Totally. So she was like, look, I live in this universe, but there is a parallel universe that I live in full time as a witch. And if you train with me as like an amateur witch and you listen to what I have to say and all this stuff, you too will be able to bilocate at some point. And you will be able to live in what she called the house. You will be able to live there full time and also live your earth life, but you will be able to live in the house.
This is like how Scientology started, right?
I know, it's crazy.
She just needed to fundraise a little more. And
I know.
I think she could have gone somewhere with it.
It's so funny you say that because in the show I have this joke where I'm like, what kind of friend would I have been if I had abandoned her when she's just trying to get her cult off the ground? Like, I'm just trying to
help my
startup
phase
out.
Like,
Exactly.
we stand a supportive friend.
I know. I was like, I'm loyal to my best friend. Like, so So, okay, so that's the goal, right? The house.
Like, she
getting
wasn't
the
even
house.
charging you yet. I think you got like the entry level rate of like friends and family discount.
Totally.
And I
the
think
training,
that
yeah.
really shows that she cared.
Absolutely. She was so invested. And also, I mean, leading up to this reveal that there was going to be a training program, we were obviously doing like, you know,
Tom Cruise, eat your
Wait,
fucking
so-
heart out, man.
Wait, but also you're saying like this was like you were doing like light as a feather, stiff as a board.
We were
like,
doing
that
that
shit,
stuff.
and you're like, okay,
all
yeah,
that
like
shit.
we're witches.
And she's like, actually, this is for real. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So when we would do like little, you know, spells with a little candle and be like, please help us, you know, have a
Dying
fun
already.
sleepover or whatever. I don't know. And we did a little you know, blood prick blood swap little
Oh yeah, blood
high
packs.
five
Yeah,
blood
yeah.
swap.
Classic teenage
Classic.
witch stuff. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
So we did a few normal, you know, little witchy things. And then this reveal of like, oh, we're actually seriously witches happened about 6 months in. So I believed her, totally was under control, all this stuff. Now, then she goes, plot twist, all the people, the people who live in the house who are also witches and warlocks are celebrities. And I can bring them into my body so they can talk to you.
And I'm like, was one of them Tom Cruise though?
Okay, Tom Cruise was weirdly not involved. Now, when I say that the list of celebrities was long and Tom Cruise was weirdly
Didn't
not
make the
on there,
cut.
he didn't make the cut.